So we are freaking inbound to a solid Delt day, and I am rather excited about this one because, you know, when you just have good shoulders, you are freaking setting up the rest of your body for success. And I'm not just talking like bodybuilding, I'm talking life in general, because, you know, rotator cuff injuries are extremely common. And if you have strong shoulders that will prevent your shoulders from getting injured, dude, you are on your way to major health and longevity. But that being said, this is going to be a fun shoulder day. I'm looking forward to what we can bring to the table, because I honestly don't even know what's on the program. But I do know is that we have quite a bit of extra time today to really give the shoulders the love that they deserve. Because every other day of this week I've had like an appointment or something to get to, or, you know, just something that isn't giving our shoulders that much, or, you know, just doesn't give us a lot of time for the workout. So that's going to be fun. I've also been kind of stacking up my meals just a little bit differently, just in terms of the timing. So instead of having, you know, my first meal on the way to work, I have my first meal starting at 11:30, and then I get off at about 3:30. And so I fast up until about 11:30 at work, and then, you know, we make sure that we're getting our meals in every 2 hours. So today I'm feeling really good. We've only started this kind of meal timing like a few days ago, and that was definitely a game changer for just the nutrition in general, because we're getting into the gym with a lot more nutrients flowing. I think like the time that it takes for like the efficacy or like the effectiveness of nutrients in general is like, I mean, obviously it differs for every person, but I think in general, it's like a 4 to 6 hour window that the nutrients in your body are going to stay there and actually be effective for energy. So in terms of carbs, we're doing really well. I mean, we had our first carb meal at 11:30, and now it's 3:50. We're going to get to the gym at let's just say like 4:30. It says 4:23 right now, but we'll actually start our workout at probably about 4:30. But that being said, that's like only 5 hours from our first meal. And then we had a second meal, you know, good amount of carbs in that. And then our third meal only had veggies. So, you know, carbs are carbs, those are simple carbs, but I mean, what we really want for gym performance are the complex carbs. I'm talking like rice, pasta, potatoes, you know the deal. Just the stuff that's gonna give you a lot of energy really freaking quick. So I am happy to say that we have quite a bit of those complex carbs under our belt. We have a cup of rice for breakfast, and then we have a third of a cup of cream of rice, which I think comes out to about like somewhere around like 50 grams of carbs. So that's pretty freaking cool. We got all of that, and I am feeling rather replenished in terms of nutrient timing and fueling the workout. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to just making sure that we're getting the most out of these workouts. But that being said, Delt workout for today, I might throw in a set of sunrise rear delts, which is basically, oh my god, okay, I guess we gotta stop. I did not see that red light. There's like a light system for the on-ramp, and I think a lot of the cars in front of us just kind of skipped that light, but then the person right in front of me didn't, so that kind of threw me off. But anyways, yeah, so I haven't done sunrise rear delts in a while, but they're freaking gnarly. I mean, talk about a rear delt pump. Basically, you're doing, it's like a bent over dumbbell rear delt fly. You start out completely bent over, so like torso is parallel to the floor, really close to it. And then you're doing 5 reps. And then once you get those 5 reps, you stand up just an inch. Then you do another 5 reps. Then you stand up just another inch. Then you do another 5 reps. So it totals like anywhere from like 35 to 50 reps. So those are freaking gnarly. And you're basically just going up until you're fully standing. And talk about a gnarly rear delt pump. I mean, even with very little nutrients in my system, I can get a crazy freaking pump just from the amount of volume from this. But if I had to predict, we're going to be doing a mix of, we're probably going to start out with face pull, then we're going into some type of press, and then we're going to have some like front delt work, just because with the presses I know, like I can kind of feel it. I'm using a lot of medial delt and not so much front delt. So that being said, that's where we're going to be trying to hammer out. We're probably going to try to hammer out our front delts to make sure that we're getting that nice rounded look on our shoulders. And it looks freaking insane, especially if you're hitting like a front lat spread. Ooh. Yeah, you have like front delts just popping. Oh, it looks just freaking gnarly. But yeah, so that being said, we're gonna get into some freaking delt destruction. I guess that's a good way to put it. But that being said, I don't know how many times I can say that being said, but that being said, we are also doing really well with the meditations. So just staying really freaking consistent with it. I'm talking doing a session right as I wake up, and even on these mornings where I am extremely tired, you know, I feel like I'm getting enough sleep until I wake up, or you know, like on paper it seems like I'm supposed to be getting enough sleep because I went to bed at around like probably like 10:30 last night, and then I woke up at 7, so that's what, like 8.5 hours of sleep. Seems like it should be enough, right? But man, my body, I don't know what it is, like if I'm just not getting deep enough sleep, but I am waking up just freaking tired. Like I could probably sleep like 12 hours. So I think I definitely need to pay attention to the quality of my sleep. Probably just, and also I would say like going to sleep at a good time, because 10:30 might be a little too late. I'm talking like 8 to 9, like 8 to anytime I get in bed by 8 p.m. I am freaking just, I feel like $1 million the next day. Like it is game on as far as my energy levels go. But if I go to bed any later than that, then it's not so fun. Oh man, traffic is very heavy right now, man. Usually we don't get backed up this early on the freeway, but more time to talk to y'all. So the other meditation, my point is, for that first meditation of the morning, I noticed like I was really tired getting into it this morning, but towards the very end, I kind of got into this, I guess you could call it like a flow state, where I was just freaking concentrated. Like I was just locked in on, the mantra itself. So doing that pretty consistently, I noticed it doesn't really matter how tired I am. There is a point where I can just get freaking locked in with that. So even if you're yawning or you're, pretty tired going into your meditations, just stay with it, and, enough time passes and you'll just get really into it. But that being said, there it is again. I do my second meditation at lunch, and that really helps. It's nice because I kind of have my meals during work, which is kind of nice because I can just chill out, have my meals then, and then during lunch, that's when I have my meditation. And it's a nice like reset after all the noise from work. Like I can just kind of let my nervous system just chill out, and I don't really have to think about it. Like I can just get in my car, blast the AC, and just freaking transcend. That's the name of the game. But yeah, that's been my normal workday meditation routine, and it just makes sure that I can stay really consistent with it, because if I get home and I'm really freaking tired, I'll probably still do it, honestly, because I just freaking love to do it, but I can see how it could be very, very difficult if somebody else is trying to get into meditation and they, worked all day, went to the gym, worked even more, and then they came home and it's like, all right, now we gotta lock in. Like that, I've had days like that where it's like, man, I just did not want to freaking do it, and I didn't, because I was just way too tired. And so this kind of ensures that I'm staying consistent with it, because doing the meditation twice a day at kind of a weird time, like an earlier time than like the allotted evening time, is a lot better than just not doing it at all. So that being said, that's been freaking nice. Just kind of staying consistent with it, but not really putting too much pressure on when I'm going to do the meditations. Just find whatever works for you. And I noticed if you have some downtime in the middle of the day, kind of like making it your routine to just do the meditation then, that's when I find I can stay the most consistent. Like finding out like when you usually have that downtime and then taking advantage of it, that usually bodes very well, very, very well to stay consistent overall. But anyways, already have my 2 meditations of the day freaking knocked out of the park, and now we're just gonna go hit some friggin' delts, have some fun, and just enjoy this Friday pump. And then I've also been doing some stairs, 30 minutes post-workout for this entire week. I think I started on like Saturday of last week, and now it's Friday for the next week, and I've noticed, dude, my nervous system has been adapting. It took me like 2-3 days of doing the 30 minutes of stairs consistently, but once I did, my cardio just shot through the roof. Like I have a lot more energy on a regular basis now, and that kind of tells me I wasn't pushing it enough for those other cardio sessions I was doing on the treadmill. I was doing my 30 minutes, but it was like I wasn't pushing it enough, because if I pushed it too much, like with the incline, it was too much pressure on my lower back, and so I was getting even more injured in the process. And so I didn't want to push it that much. I did for my cardio, but not for my lower back's sake. And so kind of adjusting it to stairs where I don't notice pretty much any pressure on my lower back, and that's mainly in how I do it, because I don't do the whole like, all right, I gotta lean over on the stairs and do it super quickly. And if that works for you, more power to you. But for me, it's like, if I can't do the speed of the stairs while completely standing hands off, then I don't really see a point, because it's probably horrible for your posture to doing stairs like that, and then 2, it would be too much pressure on my lower back. So for my sake, I want to protect my lower back as much as possible and let it heal. So it just works for me. It's not like a right or wrong kind of thing. It's just a matter of what feels the best and what's going to help me not get as injured. So, you know, just something to keep in mind. But that being said, we're going to get some delts in, get our 30 minutes of stairs right after, and then we'll call it a freaking day. We also have a refeed meal tonight, so I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm thinking something along the lines of like Mexican or Italian, because I don't know what it is. Like, I cannot do regular fast food. Like, it doesn't even feel like real food, because I'm pretty sure it probably is, because like I was thinking like Mickey D's, or I don't know, like something along those lines, like Jack in the Box or Popeyes, or, you know, and not to throw shade on any of these restaurants, I'm just saying, like, anytime I have them, I just, like, it's like my gut just gets super inflamed, I feel really bloated, and I'm not a happy camper. Like, I just do not feel good. And also too, it's like I'm even hungrier the day after. And it's not just from like it opened up my stomach thing, because that's probably a factor, but it's also like, I feel like it's just not, like, the nutrients aren't nutrienting. Like, they're just not keeping me satiated, because, you know, for the most part, I don't think it's probably not like real food at the end of the day. Like, a lot of it probably isn't. It's just like all these additives and preservatives and whatever else. But yeah, so it just doesn't bode well for me. Like, for some people it could work really well, but I don't know, for me, like, those kind of fast food meals, it just does not seem like the move. So that being said, the refeed tonight is probably going to be something along the lines of like burritos, quesadillas, I don't know, you know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how I feel in the moment. But yeah, we're going to be splitting it with, some people I know. So anyways, we're going to go get this freaking delt destruction underway. It is freaking warm out. Oh my God, my car's reading 97 right now. So I don't know. I love the warm weather, but there's a certain point. I mean, once it gets above 100, then it gets to be a little much. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And also too, I'll end with this. I just found out about this festival called Foodie Land. Like foodie, like you're really into food kind of thing. Foodie Land. Apparently they have them all over the place. They have one like in Texas, they have one in Sacramento, they have one, you know, in all these different cities. But apparently, like, it's just all these assortments of exotic foods and drinks and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be May 15th to May 17th. I don't know. There's one right here, super close to my place here. So I'm thinking about checking it out. You know, it looks like a good time. I mainly want to go because I want to find out about new foods. You know, I'm definitely a foodie myself, so that should be a lot of fun. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. Let's just get to freaking work with these delts.